Tonight on Love Island, 8 new islanders enter the villa. Welcome back to the villa. Yee! Y'all, listen, okay? One of these days I will build something, like actually build the structure of something in one of the videos. But listen, this has taken me a couple of days to execute, so there was no way that I was trying to record that and shrink it down into a reasonable length, okay? That's just not what I was trying to do. So, here we are, folks. Here we are at the Love Island, USA villa. It is looking so cool. I'm so happy with how the structure has turned out so far. As you can probably imagine, what we're doing in this video today is we are going to go through and completely paint and furnish the entire Love Island USA villa together. People, listen, okay? Love Island is currently like the biggest thing on TV right now. Yes, me and my wife are currently watching and we are obsessed. We're watching USA and we're currently watching the UK version. With this being basically our favorite TV show right now, I thought it would be really fun to come into The Sims today and completely build and furnish the Love Island USA villa. Truthfully, I'll probably pop in some reference images if I was able to find one for the area that we're doing, just in case you haven't seen Love Island, so you can kind of have a frame of reference for what we're even doing. But I fear that there's nothing more to be said, so without further ado, let's jump into the furnishing of the Love Island USA villa. I'm gonna be honest, folks. To really get me excited and inspired to do the rest of this build, I think I want to start by furnishing the fire pit. I think I do. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go to wallpapers. I'm going to filter by color and I'm going to filter by pink, orange, and yellow. I'll pop in some reference photos of the fire pit so you can actually see what I'm going for, because it might look a little crazy at first, but it'll all make sense. I have decided to go in with these 3 paint swatches, all from Lovestruck. So I'm going to do like an alternating pattern, basically something like this across the whole thing. This is what the wall looks like all complete. Kind of crazy, I know, but just bear with me. I would like to go in with these things potentially. This is what it's looking like with that added wall detail. I think I do like it. Now, there's a bunch of greenery and plants kind of popping out, and I'm trying to figure out how exactly I want to execute that. For now, I'm happy with how this looks. I want to move on to some other details to really bring this together. Now what we're going to do is I would like to go ahead and add in plants to this little behind the couch situation. Okay, I went ahead and added this plant thing from Businesses and Hobbies all throughout there. And I think it looks really good. The couch situation is really not ideal, folks. Decisions. I went ahead and changed out those couches that I had and used this modular one from someone fill in the blanks. I think it's Dream Home Decorator, couldn't tell you. I added some of these little flower candle things, and I think it made the space a little bit brighter compared to what it was. Alright, so with a few added details, this is going to be our completed fire pit. I went ahead and added these glowing columns all around, and then I also went ahead and added all of these string lights all around. I think that that looks really good. And then over to this side, I just added all of this greenery, and then I went ahead and added string lights at the top of the build as well. Why don't we move on to the kitchen next? Here's the reference image. I mean, honestly, it's not really giving away too much. It was literally so hard for me to find like reference pictures of each room. Some rooms I had to just take creative liberty, unfortunately. So I fear that I'm kind of going to be doing the same in some of the rooms, okay, in some of them. And I fear the kitchen is going to be one of them. Now, do we have curved counters? Is that a thing? Okay, so far this is what I have. It's not terrible. Okay, but it's not the best either. Okay. for now, it'll work. So far, this is what I have for the kitchen. Listen, do I think that it looks anything like the kitchen I'm seeing in the reference photo? No, I don't. But do I like this better? I do. Do I love it? I think we know the answer to that is no. I added these LED lights from the Party Essentials kit. I wonder what would happen if I did like every other one. Okay. I don't hate that. I don't. I think what I'm gonna do is in this corner, I'm gonna put like an alcohol bar. And then maybe over here is where I'll put like a little coffee station, because every morning the guys make coffee and pancakes and stuff for the girls to show them some kind of appreciation. So that's what I think I'm gonna do for now. All right, I think this is going to complete our Love Island kitchen. I went ahead and gave the Islanders 2 sinks, a microwave, a tea kettle, a dishwasher, 2 ovens, a waffle maker, and then over to this side, I gave the Islanders a bar as well as 3 espresso machines, okay? They should be stocked with all the coffee that they need. Next, I want to move on to this area over here. We will just put a couch, and then the gym will go over here, and maybe we'll do the day beds as well. I think this is going to be fairly simple. I'm thinking of a particular couch. It is this one. I mean, it basically matches to a T. I think next, just to kind of give this area a little bit more life, I'll maybe pop in some plants around here. The tricky thing about trying to copy exactly what the Love Island villa is in The Sims is that in Sims build videos, of course, we're all so used to cluttering everything up and making everything look really lived in, but at the end of the day, this is a reality TV show, so there's not a lot of personal touches and clutter like that. So I want to keep it as true to the build as possible while still making it not look like just a completely empty shell. So I will add random clutter bits here and there, but it's not going to be too crazy, folks. Like for the kitchen, for example, in any other kitchen, I would have added way more details, but that's just not something that we really see in the show, and obviously not something you really see in the reference images. So all of that is to say, yes, I'm going to add a couple plants here that aren't technically in the reference image, but I think that it'll be okay. All right, so for plants in this area, I just went ahead and added those 2. I think that it's really cute. I think it ties the area together nicely. Okay, moving on to the gym. We need to go in with some actual workout equipment. So they don't have treadmills, like they just don't have that. I mean, the truth is that it looks like they have a couple of weight benches and dumbbells, but we don't have that. We do have a dumbbell clutter item that's not functional. So I will place that, but yeah, I fear that they don't really have things that are similar. Should I place them a little closer to here, like that? We could get a treadmill. Now, I know I said I wanted to be as accurate as possible, but I mean, that's not that big of a deal, right? I mean, it's just a treadmill. These are the dumbbells that I was talking about from Lovestruck. Okay, so I thought, because there isn't really a weight bench, I thought maybe I could go in with these ottomans and pretend those are weight benches. Listen, folks, okay, it's not perfect, but we gotta do what we gotta do. I think those look good. Yes! Okay, so we've got... Oh, and this thing won't go on top. It's kind of annoying. We'll just set that there. We'll put this little yoga mat and kettlebell right there. This is going to complete our Love Island gym. This looks really cool. All right, and I believe this is going to complete our day bed area. So I went ahead and added some curtains just to give a little bit of privacy out here. And then I also added in this couch right here. I feel like the day beds is always a really popular area in Love Island. So of course there's the beds here. People always lay there and chat. And then I thought it might be nice if more people wanted to sit in here, they could sit on the couch. Next, we're gonna move on to this little seating area right by the games table area. So I fear that I don't have the best reference image for this. Could these be cute? Why don't they actually fit is the issue. Because these kind of match the vibe. Maybe I could just kind of squeeze them in like that. And then what if I pop one in the middle? Now I hate that there's that on there. And And for that, I might not be able to use it. Why wouldn't they have a plain swatch of this color? No, I don't think we'll be able to use these, folks. This is going to be this seating area all complete. The next thing that I absolutely need to do is paint this wall right here. I'll pop up a reference image so you can see. It's gonna be similar to what the fire pit looked like, I think. The reason I need to do this now is because I started painting this interior wall yellow, pink, orange, just to give it some life, give it a little bit more of that Love Island feel. But I remembered that I will be painting this wall in that pattern, so I don't want it to be too much. So I need to do this first to see if that needs to be painted or not. So this is what the updated hallway is looking like. It looks so good. This is the new and improved seating area. I think that this looks way better. I need to remember throughout this entire build, if I'm thinking it needs to be brighter, more poppy, and simply more stunning, then I need to take it there with the color. Because duh, it's Love Island. Like, it's not boring. I think I'm like fearful of using all this color for some reason, but like, no, that's the whole point. This literally is what the villa looks like. Okay, for now, I think that this is going to complete this little walkway area. So this is what it looks like with the walls down. Obviously, we've got those ferns draping, so ignore that. Down here in the games area, I added a bunch of neon signs. So yeah, this looks really, really cool. Yeah, I'm happy with that. We are gonna move on to the seating area that's right off of the kitchen. The thing is, why isn't this working? Oh my God, you actually can't be serious. What happened? Oh my God. Folks, what was that? I got a double did it even actually save? Wait, I got a triple save on that. Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, this is a seating area, although I do think it could be fun to get a dance floor in this area, just because it's big enough. Yeah, I think that could be fun. Now, is there technically a dance floor in Love Island? No. But again, there isn't gonna be much in here for Sims to do, so I think that that could actually be fun. For now, this is going to be the dance floor room all complete. I went ahead and added some neon signs and the fog machines. I am curious to see, what does it look like at night? It's pretty bright. I mean, I'd have to probably... Oh, I forget you can change the swatches, girl. Yeah, I think that that's really cute. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but this for now is going to be our sauna room all complete. Next, we're going to move on to the speakeasy room. This room is literally filled from top to bottom with vases, bottles, what they're full of, who knows. Okay, so far that's what the wall is looking like. I think it looks good. Now, from that reference image, it's almost like there's like... The whole wall is not covered. There's like this shiny part with little quotes in the middle. So I'm going to try to accomplish that. So far, this is what I have. I still need to play with the lighting a bit. And I fear I'm going to have to go into live mode to do it. And I just don't feel like doing that yet. All right, folks. This room is turned out so cool. This is our speakeasy seating lounge. Over to this side, I added some glowing mirrors. A bit spicy, girl, and what about it? Okay. Along with some neon lights and some really cool curtains to pull for privacy. All right, so folks, it's obviously a completely different day for me. I haven't sat with this build in a few days. I'm really excited to get back into it. So I think that we can now move on to the Islander's bedroom. Here is a reference image of what the bedroom looks like. That is going to be the flooring and wallpapers. Okay, so I've got all the beds placed. That's what that is looking like for now. What I want to do is go in with these mirrors behind the bed. So it's gonna take a little bit of finicky finessing to be able to pull this off, and then we will change the swatch to, yeah, to this blue. Okay, so for now, this is what it's looking like. I think it's really cute. All right, this is what it looks like with the pink carpet. We are gonna go in with these dressers from high school years at the ends of the bed. I've gone in with some pink and blue wallpaper. I tried to do like blue walls behind the pink beds, but it just didn't look as good. And now I think we can get in some neon signs, maybe a couple of those indoor palm trees, and then maybe a big mirror down on this end or something like that. Maybe mirrors on both ends. Okay, so I think this is gonna complete the Islanders' bedroom. This is what this side looks like. Overall, I'm really, really happy with how the Love Island bedroom came out. Now we are moving upstairs of the villa, and I went ahead and started off by pulling together this hallway off camera. I think that this looks really, really cool. I'm actually quite happy with this. We are going back to the original plan of putting the bathroom in this room right here. All right, so we might as well start by popping in a few reference images just so you all can see the bathroom. Honestly, I think that this one from Island Living is the coolest. It's actually really funny because I looked really closely on one of the reference images of the bathroom, and I saw that the floor actually perfectly matches this tile from the new base game update. So we are gonna go in with that. Another big theme in this bathroom is red, so I'm going in with these columns. Some work has been done off camera, but you know, truly, what can you say? Folks, I think it's looking good. We're gonna get 2 full-length glowing mirrors on that side. This is gonna be our Love Island bathroom all complete. This is how I finished off this side over here. Over here, we've got our 2 walk-in showers. And there we've just got our toilets. All I did was put toilets and toilet paper, folks. I think that this bathroom turned out really cool. Unlike anything that I've ever done before, but I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, so I just went ahead and furnished 2 very, very small, honestly insignificant rooms off of camera. So right here is just like a mini hallway that I put a couple of mirrors in, but really this room leads to what I'm considering to be like the photo booth room, truly, slash the confessional room. So that is going to be this room all complete. Now we're gonna move on to the glam room. I've gone ahead and picked out the wallpaper, and then I added this pink carpet down the middle because that's what it looks like in the room. We need to start by constructing some kind of like countertop bar situation. Yeah, that's nice. Next, we're gonna go in with these bar stools from Life and Death. Why are they literally perfect? Okay, so far, this is what I have. I went ahead and added these shelves from Life and Death and completely cluttered them up. I've made a few changes. So I changed the color of the wall. The white simply was not doing it for me. And honestly, like, I like what I have, but something about it still isn't necessarily screaming Love Island to me. All right, so I swapped out those mirrors that I had before. It was taking the vibe in a direction that is not giving Love Island, so I just went ahead and popped those same light up mirrors on this side. With a little off-camera cluttering, this is going to be the glam room all complete. This is what this side looks like over here. I went in with the Dream Home Decorator closet and just threw some random clothes in there. Not the cutest, probably not up to the Islanders standards. I absolutely love how this room turned out, so to be honest, folks, we can head on to the next room. I furnished this little outdoor seating area upstairs off of camera, so this is what this area turned out like. All right, so you're probably wondering, girl, what? Listen, okay, I said it once, I'll say it again. The Islanders have plenty of places to sit in this villa, okay? This was going to be a seating area. That was my original plan, was that this was going to be yet another seating area, and I just fear it's not necessary. And the bowling lane fit perfectly in this space. So I thought this was a really cool addition to the villa. And for the sake of Sims, like, they need stuff to do. So I added a bunch of seating right here along the fence. And then obviously the bowling lane is right here. Here's this view. It's time to move on to the kind of final room of the villa. So This is what we are going to consider soul ties. Soul ties is almost kind of like a pit. I'll try to insert the like one reference image that I could find. I couldn't really do that, so instead of going down, I went up. Okay, so I just pulled this room together off camera. Nothing too crazy, folks, right? I mean, again, the villa is just very clean cut, obviously very colorful and stuff like that, but there isn't a lot of clutter. That's just not what the villa is. So I feel happy with how our little soul ties area turned out. So now we can move on to the next room. Last but not least, it is time for us to move on to the hideaway. So I can't remember if I've said this already in the video, but I swear I have not seen a hideaway in Love Island USA, which is kind of strange. I don't know why they wouldn't have it, but we're gonna throw one in the USA villa in The Sims. So here is the entrance into the hideaway. So I had to kind of get creative with the floor plan of this situation because I needed the Sims to be able to access this upstairs part. You enter into this little entranceway. This is the actual doors to the hideaway, whereas this is just a doorway to get up the stairs. This is what I have so far, and then I have this little seating area over here. I added a few more things to this side. I think it looks really, really cool. This is going to be the hideaway all complete. Gave the Sims a little seating area to this side, and then that's what that side looks like over there. In here is the bathroom, and then I gave the Sims a walk-in shower. You know the drill. Folks, just like that, that is going to complete our Love Island USA villa. I haven't done this in a while, so here's a top-down view of the entire build. Not that exciting. Here is where the Islanders will walk down, make their grand entrance, and then here is the entrance to the villa. The Islanders will make their way down this beautiful path. Then they walk in to see the incredible Love Island villa. Got a seating area over here, along with a little seating area over here. And next we have the Love Island gym. We have the Love Island day beds. Obviously right here we've got our beautiful swimming pool, and probably the most iconic staple of the Love Island villa, we have the fire pit. The fire pit really turned out so cool. I'm really, really happy with this area. Over there we have the Love Island kitchen. We just have a bunch of seating for the Islanders. This room right here would be our Islander dance floor. We have our ping pong tables. In this room right here we have a sauna. And then here is our speakeasy room. This room really turned out super cool. Over to this side we have access to the hideaway. This is how the hideaway turned out. And there is this side over here. Next we enter into the Islander bedroom, and here's an overall look at the bedroom one last time. Then we come upstairs and we enter into this really, really pretty hallway. You will enter into the bathroom. Here's what this side looks like. Straight through here you enter into the glam room. This is so pretty. I absolutely love how this room turned out. In this area right here is our photo booth / confessional. Here is our soul ties area. And then last but not least, we have a little bowling area for the Islanders. Okay, that is going to conclude today's video of us completely designing and furnishing the Love Island USA villa. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up down below and consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you all in my next video.